or later it will take off.
Jesus loves you. Jesus loves
This is the KG1. I came to meet them on that tree. All along they don't have building, so they study under these trees. When it's getting to the afternoon and the sun is hot, you see them moving here. So when you look at this area, when they come, they become dirty. So people didn't like to bring, but I think when they heard that they are coming to put up a building, most of them are coming now. So we've increased with enrollment.
children. This is the place. It used to be very muddy. When it rains, it's a problem in the area. We can't even walk through. But it has been a major park for everybody. Looking at the way our houses are situated. So I decided to cement the place single-handedly. I bought about 12 bags of cement with a trip of sand, gravels, and then did the place. So I'm now also asking the community to support me to do the remaining. There's this stream that we have and it has been neglected. And I've been able to mount a bridge on it for the community. And then when you go into the community again, there used to be darkness in most of the areas. So because of that, some other bad boys capitalized on that and they were snatching mobile phones and people's bags and even raping young girls in the communities. So I've been able to mount about 25 street lights within those dark areas. When we move a little bit further, you see another big drain there, which is also a big problem. And because of that, I've even come to mount a street light there, so that in the night, people can see their way through and they don't even fall into it and then have other injuries, which will affect their lives.
Women in the district assemblies have seen themselves as people who are there to provide services, rather than as people who are there to make the system work. As policy makers. So many of them, what they want to do is to implement projects in the community so that will be an indicator of their contribution to that community when they were in office.
Formally, we don't have polls in certain areas. And I went to the ECG and I talked to them with the help of the MP later, and then they gave us a lot of polls. So the ECG has given me almost 50 polls in the areas. It has changed a lot of things. Formerly, people placed any wood to connect lights, but now we have poles and lights. I think we are okay here.
This is the situation of the road, and the assembly has got a multi-purpose grader to grade all these areas. This bridge is very weak, so when heavier vehicle passes on, then it got broken. They've voted to repair it for me.
Uncle Tom, I started a football team. One time I was in the house and I found a lot of children passing by. Others were fighting, others were pushing each other. They were saying all kinds of things. So I called them. I said, boys, come. Where from you? They said, we're from Park. I knew that they were from, but I just asked them. And I told them, I wanted to be a team mother for you, to support you and the rest. So they said, okay, we'll come. So they came in numbers. Every time you see my no this friend also said, you want to be part of your team. I said, okay, come. I had about 200 and over children. And I cooked for them. And I talked to them. I changed most of the boys. Because formerly, they just go to the park and play football. And they don't go to school very early. But I told them, before you go to the park, please help your mommy clean the house, wash your bowls. You may respect your parents. Let them allow you before going. I sometimes tell them that if you don't do it, your mommy cannot bless you and you'll be a great person in future.
It's not bad in itself, but I think in focusing exclusively on that, they leave the larger job of understanding the local governance system, sitting with the men and ensuring that the legal provisions, the bylaws are working in favor of the citizens in the communities.
Every tribe is here. You find it in my electoral area. And the area is more deprived than any area in Accra here. And I don't know why is this so. So if I'm a woman and I've seen all these things and I'm here, I should have all these problems at heart and then talk about it and see how best the area will be developed so that the youth and the children, the women and children in the community can also benefit from it. And then more especially with the Millennium Development Project that I've had it in, I know it's going to deal with street, lighting system and everything, drains, the changing of the upliftment of houses and other things. So it's going to bring a lot of businesses in the community so that my women and men to also get a lot of jobs to do.
Wicked. These are the people living in my community. Sometimes they talk to me about they want to learn a trade. So when I heard about this training, I said no. They should come and join and then learn something from it. So they also gave the time and then we're here to learn it.
We are collaborating with African Women's Development Fund. They are funding this project. Emma organized some of the ladies in the community who were not really doing anything, and it's been a very helpful one for them. Since they came, they've showed real interest and enthusiasm. You can see they're really polishing up and they're happy about it.
Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, my sweet sister, and how's work? Good afternoon, brother. I realize that my election as an assemblywoman hasn't been in vain. Why? Because I've really been able to use my position to convince other people to do things to support people. And this is one of the major things I've been able to do. This is not a governmental project. But I realize that as a health personnel, I realize that my brothers, the police officers, especially those with the MTU department, the place they were using wasn't the best enough as their office. And looking at the police service, they have a lot of challenges. So I have to talk to a philanthropist who also really agreed to come and put up this structure for them.
Normally, this road, there's no drains. So I contact the urban roads because when it rains, there's water rushes down to this place and it destroys most of the things in the area. So we constructed this gutter.
A woman is somebody who is shy. A woman doesn't want her name to be grumbling with that she has done this, she has done that, but a man don't care. But if you give this thing to a woman for safekeeping, in 10 years time you come back and meet it where she has kept it. But a man won't be able to do that. And we are also economical. We know how to manage.
You know, the community, they always look at you. They always look at you, especially when you're a woman. There are certain things you don't have to put it in your life. When you are going close to them, don't say because you are the assembly woman or the honorable or whatever, you wait for them to greet you. Whenever I'm